Live from Television Park in high definition, the station you count on. This is WJBF News Channel 6 at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mary Morrison. Thanks for tuning in.
And I'm Barclay Bishop in for Chris Kane today.
We begin this noon with extreme heat. Summer is still more than a week away, and already the temperature will soar this afternoon. If you work outside, be sure and take frequent breaks today. If you don't have air conditioning, you may want to find a place that does. Augusta's cooling centers are open today. For the very latest on that heat, we go to Ed Bloodsworth in the Forecast Center. Ed.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mary. We are looking at those temperatures on the climb very, very quickly. Here to look at the current numbers in the area in the CSRA. Upper 80s to around 90. And keep in mind, it's only noon. We still have a few more hours of heating expected. But the other number to pay attention to, the dew point. Sky high numbers here, low to mid 70s, and when you combine those two numbers, that creates that heat index, or what it actually feels like. And we're seeing already some impressive numbers. It feels like 102 for the folks in Louisville right now. Feels like 98 in the Garden City. Not as bad to the north, but again, once you get south by 20 and the higher moisture, those heat indices generally between 98 and 102, and they could be as high as 104 later on today. So we're getting a little bit of taste of summer here in late spring. We're going to talk more about how much longer this heat's going to last coming up in a bit, guys.
Ed, thanks. Well, remember, never leave a child or a pet in a hot car, not even for a minute. And Augusta Commission Committee recommends allowing public safety officers to break windows to rescue pets or children in distress. The full commission votes on that next week. Well, the heat is on in Colorado also as several wildfires are blazing across the state. So far, dozens of structures have been damaged or burned to the ground.
It's so bad that thousands of families have been forced to flee. ABC's Scott Goldberg has the latest.
High winds and hot temperatures are fueling several major wildfires in Colorado.
That's terrible, terribly windy and terribly dry. And
flames literally are jumping through dry trees and brush, devouring dozens of homes in their path. Last night, thousands of residents were told to evacuate, some rushing to safety as the inferno approached.
I'm not sure if my house is lost. I just don't know.
Cindy Millsap saw the fire heading toward her house and raced home to save what she could, but was stopped by a roadblock.
My son was at home. He got some things out, but he's out and he's safe. My dog is out, so everybody's out that I care about.
Residents say they can see the Black Forest fire burning from miles away.
I could see huge flames just like barfing up over there.
The wildfire northeast of Colorado Springs grew to 8,000 acres in a matter of hours, destroying between 40 and 60 homes, though officials say the number is likely higher.
We took photographs, things that we can't replace, we brought with us. Other than that, we're saying fire insurance is the reason for it.
Other fires are burning in Rocky Mountain National Park and near Canyon City, forcing authorities to move 800 prison inmates out of the fire's path. Flames came dangerously close to the famous Royal Gorge Bridge, leading to the evacuation of another 1,600 people.
And you could see flames just shooting up.
It was almost to the gorge by the time we left.
But it was spared, and so was a baby deer, thanks to the efforts of this firefighter. Scott Goldberg, ABC News, New York.
Happening right now, an anti-terrorism training exercise is going on at Fort Gordon. The exercise scenarios are happening at different locations and include explosive devices and gunfire. If you plan to go on post today, expect more security searches and delays while traveling into and around the installation.
Well, when it comes to job training, Augusta Technical College is getting a big thumbs up. Today, the Southern Business and Development magazine will recognize Augusta Tech as one of the top 10 technical colleges in the South for training workforce. Also being honored today, the president of Augusta Technical College, Terry Elam. Elam will be recognized for his many years of expertise in economic development in Richmond County. Elam's presentation will be made by the Commissioner of the Technical College System of Georgia. Good news for those of you in Barnwell County. New jobs are headed your way. That's because NBS and DACO are expanding in Williston, South Carolina. In a town of just 3,000, the 95 new jobs are a big deal for the area. Governor Nikki Haley took part in the announcement yesterday, saying small-town community values and work ethic help to attract capital investments in areas where they are badly needed.
The 95 new jobs in Williston are 95 more families that are going to sleep well tonight. 95 more families in Williston that are going to be okay. And that's what we're trying to do, is every job matters.
The company is already taking applications for those jobs. For more information, just go to our website, WJBF.com.
In today's Crime Tracker, a killer is still on the run this noon. Richmond County investigators say that someone shot and killed 39-year-old Yosarian Brooks at a home on the 3600 block of Massasoit Drive. The shooting happened around 12:30 yesterday morning.
Richmond County investigators are also looking for a suspect in a separate shooting. 23-year-old Herman Brown is accused of shooting 25-year-old Marion Henley. It happened on 3rd Avenue in Augusta. Henley was taken to a nearby hospital and last listed in serious condition.
A state court judge has come up with a new way to deal with traffic tickets in Augusta. Judge Richard Slaby is proposing a traffic ticket bureau handle the paying of fines. Slaby says minor traffic offenses would no longer be seen as criminal offenses, and instead of having people go to court, they could just go to the clerk's office to pay their fines. Slaby says requesting a trial to contest a ticket would still be allowed. He tells us that at this time, he does not think the traffic bureau would handle any city parking tickets.
In news across Georgia, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is eliminating its handwriting analysis unit after 20 years. Experts say that the long-established crime-solving tool of handwriting comparison is going the way of snail mail and cursive penmanship. The unit was temporarily suspended last June to allow GBI analysis time to speed up on its accreditation. But on May 31st, the GBI permanently closed the unit. It provided services for local law enforcement agencies that are investigating forgeries, fraudulent documents, suicide notes, or other questioned documents. Those agencies will now have to use private vendors. Well, a Georgia man jumped to rescue a drowning 4-year-old girl, and now he's going to need some help of his own. That rescue left him paralyzed.
Yeah, he broke his neck and he has no health insurance. Diana Davis talked to his mother and the mother of the girl that he saved.
The water is shallow but fast, and in just seconds, 4-year-old Javea Jones was swept away.
I was terrified. That's it, just terrified. I mean, it's my daughter.
Her mother screamed for help.
She's underwater. All you see is the top of her head.
Michael Patterson, a father himself, dove in to help.
He jumped in head first, and after I grabbed her, we looked back, and he was floating on top of the water.
Patterson was paralyzed the moment he hit the water, and his 9-year-old son saw it all happen.
And his little son was over there. He was like, "You okay, Daddy?" And he wouldn't wake up, so like 4 men went down there and picked him up. They brought him right here, and the ambulance came. They tried to do CPR.
Patterson was rushed to Redmond Medical Center in Rome. He is in intensive care, paralyzed from the chest down. And though he's been told about his paralysis, his mother told me he still hasn't grasped how badly he's hurt.
I just want to wake up from this nightmare.
Patterson, a sheetrock hanger, just started a new contracting job, so he does not have health insurance. His father is also hospitalized, dying of cancer. His mother told me she doesn't know where to turn.
Pray and have a lot of faith. That's all I can do.
She's hoping somehow a fund will be set up, but so far details have not been worked out. This is the second time in 2 weeks Michael Patterson has jumped in to save a life. He and another man pulled the driver of a tanker truck to safety after his rig was hit and burst into flames.
He said he did what he thought, what he hoped anyone else would have done for him, and that's just not a very common thing anymore for anyone to care about someone they don't know.
Javea Jones is still scared but unhurt. Her mother is heartsick about Michael Patterson's injuries, but thankful.
He's a hero, an angel.
A hero who now needs his own angel.
Wow. Well, for the second time in less than 2 weeks, a huge gator is captured in Bibb County, Georgia. 12-foot alligator that the sheriff's deputies described as chunky. It will now be finding a new place to live after showing up near a home. The alligator had been previously spotted living near a swamp, but wasn't a threat to anybody in the area. That is until he started showing up around people's homes and became increasingly agitated.